Welcome to another episode of the Untold Stories. Remember, if you are listening to the right stories, then you are listening to the Untold Stories. This episode is a continuation of my last episode, How Did I Get Here? In the last episode, we took a look at the power of association and influence in our lives and how it is possible to be distracted of the course a little at a time until finally we find ourselves asking, How did I get here? With regard to this important point, Jim Rohn, in one of his articles, mentioned three critical questions to ask yourself. They may help you to make a better analysis of your current association. The first question is, who am I around? Make a mental note of the people with whom you most often associate. You have got to evaluate everybody who is able to influence you in any way. The second question is, what are these associations doing to me? Now that's a major question to ask. What have they got me doing? What they have got me listening to? What have they got me reading? Where have they got me going? And so on. You have got to make a serious study of how others are influencing you, both negatively and positively. And the final question, is that okay? Maybe everyone you associate with has been a positive, energizing influence. Then again, maybe there are some bad apples in the bunch. All I am suggesting here is that you take a close and objective look. Everything is worth a second look, especially the power of influence. Both will take you somewhere, but only one will take you in the direction you need to go. Remember, everything matters. Sure, something matters more than the others, but everything amounts to something. Let me tell you a story that revolves around how we can set ourselves up for harm and failure without even realizing that we are doing it. Here is the story of the little bird. He had his wings over his eye and he was crying. The owl said to the bird, "You are crying." "Yes," said the little bird, and he pulled his wing away from his eye. The owl said, "You are crying because the big bird pecked out your eye." And the little bird said, "No, I am not crying because the big bird pecked out my eye. I am crying because I let him." The little bird was upset because he had allowed a situation to get worse. Quite often in life, we allow others to peck away at us and destroy our self-esteem. In the process, we become victims. We become angry. To move forward in your life, recognize when you are leading yourself down the path to being a victim. Stop. Do what is right to preserve yourself. After all, the only way you can be best for others is by being best for yourself. It is easy to let influence shape our lives, to let association determine our directions, to let pressure overwhelm us, and to let tides take us. The big question is, are we letting ourselves become what we wish to become? And if the answer to that question is no, then the next question is, how can we let ourselves become what we wish to become? And I got the answer in one of the articles of Jim Rohn. The famous motivational speaker Jim Rohn, in one of his articles, has mentioned three ways to handle association relationships that are holding you back. The first point is disassociate. This is not an easy decision, nor something you should take lightly, but in some cases it may be essential. You may just have to make the hard decision not to let certain negative influences affect you anymore. It could be a choice that preserves the quality of your life. The second point is limited association. Spend major time with major influence and minor time with minor influence. It is easy to do just the opposite, but don't fall into that trap. Take a look at your priorities and your values. We have so little time at our disposal. Wouldn't it make sense to invest it wisely? And the last point is expanding your association. This is the one that you should focus on the most. Find other successful people you can spend more time with. Invite them to lunch and ask them how they have achieved so much or what makes them successful. If our attitude, results, or happiness is to ever improve, we must exercise the painful discipline required for weeding out the garden of our life. Eating alone is better than mingling with those whose conversation is negative. Cancelling the appointment is better than keeping the appointment with those who will simply waste our time. Changing the conversation is better than prolonging a conversation designed to degrade someone. Telling the whole painful truth is better than a half truth distorted to make ourselves look or sound good. Saying no is better than saying yes to something you don't want to do or to someone you don't want to be with. Being firm is better than being courteous to those whose caustic personality does not justify courtesy. Better than many of the wrong friends are a few of the right friends. Better than a few of the wrong friends are no friends at all. And before we finally wrap up this episode, be aware that the right friends should not be equated to those with the most money. It is the attitude, awareness, and other positive human virtues of the friends that we select that are of importance. Not all poor people make poor friends, nor do all rich friends have an enriching effect on our lives. Carefully examine the friends you have, not their assets or accomplishments. Remember, if you are listening to the right stories, then you are listening to the untold stories. And if this episode has matched your wavelength, then share it with people who need it. And just in case you have the time, then you must listen to my previous episode, for I know who holds tomorrow, where I talked about the existence of the creator of the world and the power of faith. That's all from this episode. Remember, friends, you too have untold stories to tell which can make a difference in someone's life, because certain untold stories are born out of certain lives, and certain lives are born out of certain untold stories.